Hello, I'm back. I hope you're doing well. Um, Today I want to speak about something that was obviously in my mind, as always, and this time it's surrounding the idea of setting boundaries, because I feel like um, it's such a confusing topic, and I don't know. Let me just get into it, okay? So, what does setting boundaries really mean? I want to be short and simple. I want to make it short and simple because I think those are like the things that you understand the most. And things like this are the easiest to understand, but we overcomplicate them. Do you know what I mean? Because we're humans and it's normal. And it's like, is this like complex thing? Like everything is so complex and everything is very complex, but I want to put it as simple as possible. So I'm just going to get straight into it. I feel like people, a lot of the times, we might have the intention to set boundaries, to change what we attract. And we get this initial motivation and we're like, yeah, that's it. I'm not allowing these types of people in my life anymore. I'm not allowing this anymore. Do you know what I mean? And we're like, yeah, done. But then we kind of stop at the intention. So we kind of make it an outside problem. You know how I like to say everything is inside and you just reflect, the inside just reflects the outside, which is just true. If you don't want to, believe the same truth as me, that's okay. But that's what I'm gonna go off, right? So we kind of make it an outside problem. We're like, that's it. I'm gonna set boundaries, and then it comes from this. Maybe it's your ego, maybe you were hurt, maybe it's from your past. You're living in the past and past pain, and you're like, that's it. I'm gonna set boundaries, and we sort of make it this physical thing. We're humans, we like to make everything materialistic, physical, objectified, whatever. And it's like, it's this physical thing, you might change the way you look, you might change your character slightly, you might change the way you talk. You're like, that's it, I'm setting my boundaries, I'm becoming a new person. But can I just say, setting real boundaries is the most silent thing in this world. It's going to be very silent. You're not going to hear it in the world, but it's going to be very loud, very magnetic, and very powerful energetically. Everyone's going to feel it. And it's going to be known, but not in the physical state of this world. All right? Because changing your looks and things like that as well, always, whenever it's something physical, you know how they say a glow up? You know that saying, you are what you eat, right? So obviously if you eat good food, you're going to glow better and stuff. It's like, it's all so simple, but we love to overcomplicate it as humans. All these sayings are so simple and so true, right? The physical always comes last with things like this. And like, oh, when you have a glow up and you're like, yes, I'm just going to change the way I look, blah, blah, blah. That's the last thing, because if you change internally, externally, there is no choice but for it to change as well, to match your frequency, right? So this is, I don't know why I went into the glow ups, but it's because I'm trying to explain the point I'm making with boundaries, because it's the same thing. It starts internally, and it's so boring to hear this. And it's like, oh yeah, you have to do, yeah, but it is, everything is internal. It starts internally. It's good. Let's say you have the intention, to set your boundaries, and it's like, yeah, that's it. I'm setting my boundaries. And you maybe wrote it down in a journal that you're going to set your boundaries from now on. That's great. But the truth is, that's not going to change anything. It's good you have an intention. That's a start, yes, but that's not going to change anything. Okay, the next thing you can do is ask yourself, why do you want to set these boundaries? What are these boundaries you want to set, and why? What's the reason behind it? Is it coming from an ego state of mind? Is it coming because you were hurt? Do you want to get back at someone? Do you want to look more tough? Do you want to look more like nonchalant or whatever the word is? Like, why are you doing it? Because at the core, it should be for yourself and because you love yourself. Everything should be done for your highest good. And because you love yourself. You set boundaries to love yourself. And it sounds cliche and it sounds boring, but let me tell you, this is the only thing that's going to last. If you set your boundary because you want to get back at your ex and you want to show that you're like, this tough girl or this tough guy and whatever, it's not going to last. It's literally not going to last. those are not boundaries that are well set. Boundaries are like a foundation, and it's like a house, and you have to have it stern, right? That's the word, right? Whatever the word is, you know what I'm trying to say. It has to be strong. And the only way it's going to last, it's going to be like a foundation, it's going to be strong, is if it comes from a place of wanting to do it for yourself. And that's with everything. You have to want to do it for you, for you, just for you. That's it, for your highest good. And that's when everything starts to shift. So that's why I want you to ask yourself, what is it that you want to set the boundaries on and why? Okay. Because then if you just set the intention and then you end up in the same scenarios, and then you're going to be like in the same cycles and asking yourself, why do I always attract these types of people and situations? Because you haven't fully changed inside. You have to change the way you think, because everything starts from thoughts, and people don't realize how powerful our thoughts are, and what you say every day, how powerful it is. Change the way you think and change what you want to attract. And then, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So first, just set the intention, then think, why is it that you want to do it? Get in that same frequency of doing it for your highest good, get aligned with that. Forget other people, forget the past, forget everything. And then change your thoughts, change the way you think. This sounds easier said than done, but it's an everyday process. Small things. Change the way you speak to yourself, the way you show up for yourself. You want to set boundaries, but you don't respect yourself, for example. You look in the mirror and you're scared, you get insecure about the littlest things. It's not going to work. You have to be aligned with yourself. You can't say you want this outside, but inside you're the complete opposite. You want this confident person, this person that's not insecure, this, that, but you're insecure about yourself. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's just put in simpler terms. And when you look in the mirror, you get insecure, you get this. You have to start working on your inner world, working on yourself, working on your confidence. And when you start working on, but real confidence, I'm talking like not the ego confidence, like I'm the best in the world, I'm like selfish, this, that. No, it's real confidence, meaning you're okay with yourself, you're okay being by yourself, you're okay looking at yourself in the mirror. You know that you are already full as you are, and you are whole as you are. And then the boundaries kind of just set themselves, to be honest. And the last thing I want to mention is, once you start doing that and you change your thoughts, actions are going to follow. Very simple. Actions follow. Okay, I'm simplifying this as much as I can. Okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I respect myself enough not to do this. So you're not going to put yourself in those situations anymore. You're not going to put yourself around those people anymore. And then you're just naturally not going to attract these types of people and situations anymore. It sounds like a little bit delulu, but it's true. It's true. I don't know what else to say. You really do not attract those types of people, those types of situations anymore if you truly, truly don't want to be on that frequency anymore, and you change. It's that simple. And then the boundaries set themselves. Okay? Yes, that's what I wanted to say. There was something else I wanted to say, but now I'm forgetting. And I don't want to pause because I feel like I'm going to completely forget. But yes, that's basically what I wanted to say, I guess. Setting boundaries and how important it is. And oh yes, what I wanted to say is, it doesn't have to be selfish. It sounds like the selfish thing, you're that person that cuts everyone off and it's like, bye, I don't care about anyone. You're not emotionally, what? No, that's not real. That's not real. That's just someone working from their ego. Okay, when you truly set boundaries, it doesn't mean you're selfish. It doesn't mean you're this rude, horrible person that's emotionless and cuts people off left, right, and doesn't listen to people, doesn't give them a second chance, doesn't understand people. It's nothing to do with that. It's nothing to do with that. I told you at the start, when you actually set real boundaries, it's the most quietest thing you could do. It's not loud. In this physical world, it's not loud. It's loud energetically, but it's not loud in the physical world. Because what it really means at the core is that you just love yourself enough to know that you respect yourself, to know, okay, I respect myself enough. I don't want to be in that situation. Okay, I know myself. This is not the type of people I want to be around. That's not the type of guy I want to really be around or I want to fall in love with. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it just kind of comes subconsciously. After a while, it just kind of just works by itself. I don't know how to explain it. And you just kind of just life just gives you what you want and what you deserve, right? And I'm not saying you're not going to be around, people that maybe trigger you or trigger the past version of you, because that's just life and you need to learn. But you're going to be able to clock this and you're going to be able to be like, yes, you feel familiar. Your energy feels very familiar and very nice. But, I'm just going to stay detached and keep my boundaries. That doesn't mean you're a horrible person. That doesn't mean you're good to that person. Like, you are a horrible person. You remind me of my ex. No, let them live. Just setting boundaries really what it is you just take a step back. You're the silent one. You don't need to go around saying, I'm cutting you off, or, oh yeah, I'm going to take a step back from you because you're so immature. You are immature if you do that. No, I'm sorry, but like, genuinely, that's not setting boundaries, going around and thinking you're the shit and you're better than everyone else. And it's like, you're so immature. Like, no, you're out of my league. No, it means you silently know the cues of, okay, let me take a step back. Let me take a step back. And usually, when you do that, when you take the initiative to take a step back silently, you're like, I'm going to take a step back from this person because I think it's just we're not on the same level. And that doesn't mean you're higher than them or they're lower. I don't like it. You take a step back silently. And usually, because you do that, sorry, I forgot the word. Naturally, spiritually, the world, the universe, just kind of fades that person away from your life. They kind of just, do you know what I mean? Have you ever felt that? You kind of took a step back silently from someone? Or you can even ask, you can pray to remove someone. It's very simple. Ask and you shall receive. Please, I don't like this person around my life if they're not good for me, or if they're just not, please remove. Okay, they're gonna go silently. It's not, that's not your business to make people go and come. Your business is to realize what is for you and what is not, and just kind of go with the flow and be like, okay, you know what? I feel intuitively, I feel in my heart, I feel in my soul, don't want to be around them. Cool. Take a step back. It's the most silent thing you could do. That's real boundaries. You don't have to make an argument out of it. You don't have to write this big text. You don't have to show off. It's not you showing off or being like, I'm better than you. I don't know why I'm acting like that. But please understand, it is my heritage. It's very, very simple and it's very quiet and very magnetic and powerful at the same time. It sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, energetically, I told you. It's very freeing as well. And, setting boundaries works hand in hand with detachment and detaching yourself from people and the world. And that's another thing in itself that is so freeing. And again, it has nothing to do with being selfish and being this like cold-hearted person that doesn't feel anything. Let me not get into attachment and what that really is, because that's another topic for another day. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps someone. And I hope you're going to have a great day. No, I don't hope you're going to have a great day. You're going to have a great day. And you're going to have an amazing day. And yeah, I'm sending you all the love and everything. What's going on with my hair? Well, okay, bye.